The 300 nautical mile rule. I'd like to explain to you how to use the 300 nautical mile rule for getting the wind speed for a certain position. The 300 nautical mile wind rule is a rule which will be used to check the wind speed at a certain position. This rule is good as long as the wind speed is not introduced in the weather chart, meaning the weather chart has no wind speed announcements. So let's see how it works. So we have here the latitude and the X factor. This is a factor, the so-called multiplier, what we use later on to find out what is the wind speed for a certain latitude. We can see that it's from latitude 20 until latitude 80, and we see that as the lower latitudes, the X factor is higher compared to the higher latitudes. So that is actually the chart. And we see here we have no wind speed, so which means this is a low pressure. And how it works now. For this, we need our chart divider, and we are taking out of the chart a distance of 300 nautical miles. So in accordance with this chart, take this 300 nautical miles out. It is 5 latitudes. You take it in your divider. So secondly, the position, the divider now in this way, that the location you want to calculate the wind is about in the center of the divider and the isobars, which are perpendicular, intersecting them now. So which means here's our position. So and now I'm taking divider here, so it intersects. So this is a line which will intersect with my position. So and as we can see now, here I would have now a certain amount of pressure differences, and I have to multiply this with my X factor. So let's do this in hand of an example. So we have here a position, and for this position I like to know what is my wind speed. So what I will do, I take this 300 nautical miles in here, so perpendicular. So this is 300 nautical miles. I do this with my divider to come to the 300 nautical miles. You can circle this as well. So normally it will be done like this. We circle it. So that is now the 300 nautical miles, what I got. So they are perpendicular here to my position. Now I will see that it's 1025 here, and this one is here, the differences is here 1016, so we have 9 hectopascal differences between 1025 and 1016, which is here this isobar. So therefore we are multiplying it because we have 50 degrees, and as we can see it before, the 50 degrees means we have an X factor of 2. So which means 9 hectopascal times 2 equals 18 knots wind speed at the present position. So that is actually how it works, and how we are getting the wind speed for this position. Let's do it in another form. Let's take another position for getting the wind speed. So now let's have a look where the wind, at which position I like to take my wind speed. Let's say we take the wind speed here at this position. So now I'm taking the 300 nautical miles for this wind speed. So I take my divider for this, but here I can take it also without my divider. We say that is about the wind speed of 300, the distance of 300 nautical miles. So something like this is 300 nautical miles. So now I just circle it here around it, and this is my perpendicular to this. This is now my position, and the 300 nautical miles, which are here around the position of this point. So which means here with the divider I have now 300 nautical miles, taking this in. So now I can check. Here we have here 1020 is here, and here it's 1004. So which means we have here 16 is the difference. So We have 16th as a difference. With 16 hectopascal, because we have here 1020 minus 1004. That is here and here. So that equals 16 hectopascal. So we have in a factor, the x factor, for my latitude, which means here 40 degrees, it's 2.4. So therefore, we got now 2.4 times 16 hectopascal, and that means we have 38 knots, so hectopascal, and that means 38 knots wind speed. And what is given here in the chart is actually here 40 knots wind speed, and here's 35. So which means in between the 38 knots wind speed is good. That we can see now that this rule is working, and that I can take with this rule all parts where I like to, that was my wind speed. I can get this wind speed by using 300 nautical mile rule. So as we said, we always have to be reminded that the wind speed will be calculated here by using the divider. You need your divider for this to find out what is the distance. So which means here this 300 nautical miles, and then we take the distance between isobars, and decide that must be around about 300 nautical miles. And where this will be done, then we have our wind speed for this position. Okay, that is all for the 300 nautical mile rule. It's simple to do. You need the divider, you can use the weather chart. And as we have seen, the wind speed given in the weather chart and using the 1, 2, 3 rule are the same. So thank you for watching.